Okay, so this is to go over the problems DQ1 on topic 3. This is actually a much faster way to do when it's come to graphing the angles and radians and finding the coterminal. So first you need to know that uh, one revolutions of a circle is 360 degree, and that is equivalent to 2 pi radian. Okay, so that means if you rotate it 360 degree in radians, that would be 2 pi. So if I want you to grab 2 pi radians, this is actually 2 pi, right? You're going to go one revolution, so that is 2 pi. If I want you to draw a pi radian, so what's pi radian? Pi radian is 180, which is this. So your coterminal side is this, is 180. And likewise, if you want to do 90 degrees, well, 180, right? So 180 is half of the circle, which is right here. Then 90 is going to be a quarter, right? So 90 degrees or pi half. If I say, can you grab the pi half radian? And that is this, 90 degrees. Now notice that I rotated counterclockwise. We always start with the positive x-axis. Always go from here when you draw the arrow. So you just rotate this way, and by how much? If you have an angle that is a negative, then you're going to go clockwise, right? If you say you want to grab negative pi half instead, then we're going to start with the x-axis. We rotate this way counterclockwise, right? So clockwise for negative. So you end up with this terminal angles terminal size right here. Now, in the problem that we have, we actually need to graph either 7 pi over 4 or something 2 pi over 3. Now, in this scenario, you're going to do the same, but you have to understand that you have to know the basic unit fractions, which in this case, I need to know what is pi fourth, where is pi third. So you always reference that pi is 180 degrees. So how do I do pi third, for example, 2 pi over 3 or pi fourth? And you just start with this circle, right? So 180 is this much, right? Then what is pi fourth? Well, half of this is pi half, and then in order to get pi fourth, you're gonna get, well, think of it this way: pi is 180, and then you have pi over 4. So that means you're gonna cut the 180s into 4 equal parts. In other words, if you're looking at this whole things, the top half, that's 180. Can you cut that in 4 equal parts? It's gonna be like this, that, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that way you're gonna have each of these. It's like a slice of a pizza, right? So this is one piece. This is pi fourth, and because they all have the same length, so you can see that this is, if you rotate that much, it is pi over 4. If you rotate it twice over here, that gives you 2 pi over 4, which is the same as pi half. Rotate it this way, we have 3 pi over 4, and then it go all the way here, that is 4 pi over 4, and you see that it's end up to be just a pi, right? So if you're dealing with pi fourth, you just cut the top half into 4 pieces, and then you can just extend it. Then you should end up with an 8 pieces, 8 slice pizza, if you have the denominator is 4. Okay, so I have another graph down here so you can see this is what it's going to be look like if you're dealing with pi over 4. I see it has pi, right? So each slice or each length is pi fourth. So here it's pi over 4. If we want you to grab pi over 4, it's there, right? So that is pi over 4. So if you want you grab 2 pi over 4, then you go twice, or 2 slices is there. And 3 pi over 4, it will be here, and 4 pi over 4 is there. So when you construct the slices with the 4 on the bottom, you can answer any question very easily by just counting. This is the way I do, right? This is 1 pi over 4. I'm going to put the 2 here, so that 2 pi over 4. That would be 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to 8, right, which is 0, and then you can go. So if the question asks, can you grab 7 pi over 4? Well, remember we start from the positive x-axis, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pi over 4 is there. So we rotate it that much, almost complete the circle, right? But not. It's 7/8 of the circle. So that is 7 pi over 4. Okay. If we need to find a coterminal angle, right? What's the coterminal angles of 7 pi over 4? Well, remember, coterminal is the angle that has the same terminal side. Because our terminal side is this one, so can you write me another angle that end up with the same location? Well, the easiest way is you can just go different directions. Is this one. How much rotation did I do? Well, remember, each of these is exactly pi fourth. So I only go 1 pi over 4. So this is 1 pi over 4, but I go clockwise directions. And clockwise direction is a negative angle. So therefore, 7 pi over 4 and negative pi over 4. So these are the coterminal angle. Okay, coterminal angles. Okay, that's how I found it. So notice that I don't even need to do the math. But if you want, you can take 7 pi over 4, you minus 2 pi, which is, and then you can do the math. But from the graph, I can easily see, right? I don't need to even do the math there. I can find another coterminal angle. Remember, coterminal angles, we have many of them. As long as it's lying on the same locations, that is called coterminal angles. So here's another one. If I rotate it starting right here, I go around and another round and back to here. This angle I just do, this angle rotation is also coterminal with 7 pi over 4. But then what is that angle? Well, all I do is just count, right? It's starting from the positive angle. I go one full circle, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now end up with here, it's actually 15 pi over 4. That is another coterminal angle. Okay, so the key is we're going to construct a circle, unit circle, with 8 pieces if you have pi over 4. Now, what if you have to find the problem about graphings, let's say negative 5 pi over 3. Now you see that the denominator is different this time. If you have the denominator difference, then you have to construct a different circle. Because this time you have pi over 3 here. See the pi over 3? So you always use the reference. Pi is what? 180 degrees. And so here's how I do that one. you see that again, the top half is 180 degrees, right? So this is 180, half of the circle. And because I have pi over 3, so I cut the top half into 3 slices, okay? You see that's 1, 2, and 3 slices of equal pieces, okay? This is like a pizza. If you order a small pizza and borrow pizza, it will cut into 6 slices like this. Okay, so the top half into 3, the bottom also has 3 as well, and therefore you should have 6 slices total, and each has the same area, right? And this way, I know if you rotate from here to here, what is this? This is pi third, right? Remember, the whole thing is 3, the top half is pi, and therefore this is pi over 3. A third of it, right? Pi third is 1/3 of pi. If you rotate up to here, that is 2 pi over 3. And then 3 pi over 3, which is pi. And then you have 4 pi over 3, 5 pi over 3, and 6 pi over 3. Now, if you want to graph negative pi over 3, what do? Well, you need just count, starting where positive x-axis always, then you go negative, it's clockwise, so I go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. This is the amount of rotations, negative 5 pi over 3. Okay, what is the coterminal angle? Well, it's just another angle would land on the same locations. What about this? This is the coterminal angles there. So this one I do counterclockwise, so it's a positive. How much rotation I just did? Exactly 1 pi over 3, pi third. So pi third is a coterminal of negative 5 pi over 3. Again, I don't need to do the math. It's clear from the graph. Okay. And then the last one, if you have to deal with the angle that is pi 6, right? If you have something like, can you do 7 pi over 6? Now, this time, the denominator is 6. So you will divide the top half. Look at the top half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You cut the top half into 6 pieces. Then the bottom you have the same 6 pieces. So you end up with a total of 12 pieces. I think that's a Costco pizza, 12 slices, okay, of equal length. And the reason you do that is because now I know the rotations. It's that is 1 pi over 6. This will be the 2 pi over 6. It'll be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So this way I can easily count, because 7 pi over 6, you go from positive x-axis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, sorry, it's 7 pi over 6, not 11 pi. So you only stop at 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is the arrow I draw. You see the amount of rotations. We're landing on this 7 pi over 6. What about a coterminal? How about this rotations from the other side? We rotate this. How much? Well, 1. You see, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you go over at 5 slices, right? But this is clockwise, so it's going to be negative. So that's coterminal with negative 5 pi over 6. Okay, That's how I do. It's quick graphing coterminal, finding coterminal angle without even converting to degree, and you actually don't have to.